So I'm going to show you how to replace the passenger side motor mount on a first generation Mini Cooper. I don't know if you can tell, but it is compressed. Like, look at the comparison. I'm sure that compresses a little bit, but not quite that much. So there are a lot of bolts up here that you need to take out, but there's also one under the car that bolts into the bottom of the mount. So you need to lift the car up, and you can crawl under there, and you can move this wheel well liner out of your way to get to the bolt. But I'm actually going to take this liner off so I don't have to crawl under the car. I can just get it from over. I can just get the bolt from over here. Plus my hood is rattling on this side for some reason, so I need to take this off so I can look through here and see where the hood's rattling. That's for another video. Once you have your car lifted up high enough, you need to put a jack under the engine with a piece of wood between the jack and the engine to distribute the weight. And you're not trying to lift up on the engine, you just want to hold the engine in its position. So first things I'm gonna do is remove these lines off of this bracket. Just squeeze the sides and pull down. There's little buttons on here. Then you can just pop this line out. And the fuel line. Now once you have those lines off of this bracket, you can take this bracket off. There's 16 millimeter bolts. There's two, one there, pretty easy. Then you can remove the motor mount bracket that goes from the motor mount to the engine. So there are a few bolts on that. That one obviously. There are two here, right there and right there. There are two behind here that you can clearly see. And you need to remove this side of this ground strap. All of these bolts except for this one are 16 millimeter. This one is an 18 millimeter. I already have these loosened. Leave that on so that when you're trying to get the lower one off, the mount doesn't spin around. So I have the wheel well liner off. And now you can easily see, hopefully, the Torx bolt that holds the bottom of the motor mount on. That's a E10 or an E12. So if you don't have an external Torx socket, you can use a 10 millimeter socket and hopefully it doesn't strip it out. Otherwise, go to the store, get yourself a socket. I gotta go to the store. So I'm back. I got an E12 from Advance Auto for like $5. If you can't find one, I'll put a link in the description to where you can buy one online, as well as a link to the mount where you can get one of those. Oh, jeez. Totally shot. I'm not sure if this was a hydraulic mount, if it was filled with any fluid. I kind of doubt it, because there's no wetness anywhere. If it was, that fluid was out of there a long time ago. Looks like it might have been just a hollow mount. I don't know. So now we can just reverse the process and install the new mount. I'm not sure if it matters, but these two metal slots go forward, and this slot goes towards the cab of the vehicle. I'm actually going to have to lift the engine up with the jack, because that other thing was way down. That totally threw the engine off by actually, now that I think of it, this is probably why my flex pipe was broken and a bunch of other problems. But yeah, move the engine around in case you need to line up some holes or whatever. Now the bracket to the head bolts get torqued to 74 foot-pounds. This nut gets torqued to 50 foot-pounds, and the bolt that goes in from the bottom, the mount to the body, is 50 foot-pounds. I'm just gonna hand tighten them, make them that should be good. Now I can put the bottom bolt back in. If you're wondering about the upper mount here and the lower mount, I just filled them. They were shot. I didn't fill them with polyurethane like people normally do, because polyurethane cures pretty hard and transfers a lot of vibration into the car. And so I filled it with something a little softer, but that was also still strong enough to hold up to being a part of an engine mount. I'm kind of hesitant to say exactly what this is, but I'll just say it's roofing and flashing sealant made by Loctite. Yeah, roofing and flashing kind of entails household construction, but you know, things have multiple uses. Get over it. So now I'm going to remove the jack from under the engine, and we'll see how far the engine goes down. Not too much. And of course, don't forget to reattach your lines. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. It's cold out here. Goodbye.